Picture this. You're out in the middle of the ocean. You see a radar contact pop up on your radar, 12 nautical miles on your port side. You see the CPA is pretty low, almost zero. You don't make much of it at the time. The contact then closes to 8 nautical miles. Nothing changes. 6 nautical miles, nothing changes. 4 nautical miles, nothing changes. You call the master to the bridge and you go, hey, what are we doing? 2 nautical miles, nothing changes. At that point, you say to yourself, all right, this is it. And then you walk off the bridge and then you let someone else deal with the situation. No, I'm joking. So this is a situation that's happened to me before. My big question to you is, what action would you take in this situation? Take a moment now, pause the video, write down in the comments if you need to, or just write down somewhere what you think the right action is, because I'm here to tell you that it's not as black and white as it seems. Who am I to be telling you this? My name's Pete. I'm someone who's been a mariner for several years, about 6 years to this point now. Spent about 4 years actually out at sea doing a lot of things. Studied a lot of theory in IRPCS, as well as bridge psychology, bridge decision making, and a lot of other things. So I've also got a fast track program at the top link in the description on how to learn IRPCS better, and I can get you to the same level I'm at in a much quicker time span. What took me about 5 years, I can teach you in about 3 months. So if you do want to check out that course, please do check it out. Now, back to the situation. This is an actual situation that's happened to me in real life. So there was a contact on the port side. Obviously, Rule 15, go and read it now if you don't know what it is. Says that we're stand on, so we're to maintain our course and speed. Now, however, if you go to Rule 17, it also tells you that you may take action if the giveaway vessel does not take action. I'm not going to read it word for word just to bore you, but that's the context of the situation. We look at those two rules in play and we go, okay, what is the actual situation here? Now, one possible solution you have, you might think, okay, go to port, right? Go read Rule 17D and you'll find out exactly why that's a horrible idea. If you said go to port, then just click off the video. Please don't actually click off the video. Go watch some Brain Rock content instead, or go watch Mr. Beast or something if you really want. Why do you think going to port might be a bad idea, right? Because obviously if the actual giveaway vessel takes action in accordance with Rule 15 and Rule 16, then you're putting yourself in an awkward situation with him and you're basically fucked, and you've created another situation where there wasn't any. The other thing you can consider, right, is slowing down. Do I agree with this to some extent? Yes, this is not wrong, but this is not also correct, right? If you slow down, what that does to you is it does give you more time to assess the situation in accordance with Rule 8 Delta. If you don't know what any of these rules are, please just pull up the book in front of you. You can slow down to give yourself more time. Now, what's the other danger with that? Have a think about it for a second. Just pause the video if you need to, and then write it down in the comments. Or write it down on a piece of paper. Yeah, you probably figured it out, right? If you slow down and she ends up taking action in accordance with Rule 15 and 16, again, you put yourself in an awkward situation, right? Because instead of having her pass ahead of you, now she comes right, and then you create a more awkward situation there. To anyone who's sort of a mariner, you might think the answer is really obvious and go, yep, just go to starboard, but the situation is not as simple as that. Another action you can also take is to speed up, if possible, to create more separation between you and him. Now, that's only once you've determined that risk of collision exists and you've determined that they haven't taken action in accordance with the rule. Right, up until that point, you as the stand-on vessel have to maintain your course and speed. That is something that I want to stress here, right? In the situation there where you've deemed there is risk of collision and you've in accordance with Rule 7 and you've assessed it, right? You've gone, okay, I am now required to maintain course and speed until I'd say about 2 nautical miles. If you want to know the exact distances, it's very black and white. It depends on your ship size, speed, maneuverability, a lot of other things, as well as the actual size, speed, and maneuverability of the other vessel. So I can't give you a very, very concrete answer. I would say 2 nautical miles is a pretty good buffer. That still gives you time to take action and gives you time to get out of the way. Again, if you do want to know, a lot of this stuff is in my paid program, which is down in the description, and I cover all of this in detail among other complex situations that I've been a part of and seen play out. Now, This is one sentence as a mariner that I got taught pretty like young in my career, which is go to port, go to court, which is obviously the name of the video. Is that true? Not always. There's some situations where going to port is actually the right solution. Now, obviously, a crossing situation when you're the stand-on vessel is not it, for the many reasons I've actually laid out in this video. Now, every time I get students that tell me in this situation, yeah, just go to port, I'm like, no. I explain to them in the same way that I've explained to you and go, no, I wouldn't do this, because if you do that and you create a more awkward situation on the other side of it, you essentially breach like 2 or 3 rules, and you could potentially cause a collision. The thing that you're going to figure out the more you do study coal regs, is that not every situation is as black and white as it seems. There are some situations where you might just think, yep, there's one solution, one answer. The answer is there might be 2 or 3 solutions sometimes to any given situation. That doesn't mean, right, that you could be negligent or not take action when you need to, but the more you experience situations and the more you see things play out, the more you'll actually become comfortable with taking action. And also the more you'll become comfortable with sort of just passing a little bit closer to vessels, maybe delaying your action a little bit. You don't always want to take super early action either, because that can also create a worse situation when there wasn't any situation to begin with. My purpose here on YouTube, now that we've come to the end of this video, I hope you actually learned something out of this video. If you did, please share it with other people. It helps out my channel a lot. And my purpose here on YouTube is to teach IRPCS in a very fun and entertaining way, and to avoid you from having these issues and having these problems when you're out at sea, and to stop you from actually taking bad action when it comes to certain situations. Now, who am I? I don't have that much experience. There's mariners out there that have way more experience than me, but you know, they're not necessarily teaching it in a very fun way, because I remember I tried to watch the same YouTube videos that were really boring when I was younger, and none of them really inspired me. So my role here, what you'll see in more videos to come, which I hope you stay tuned. If you do subscribe, then you'll actually get my videos recommended to. Otherwise, you probably won't. Is to go through more and more situations where I sort of break down rules, how they play out, and just make it a much more entertaining way. Now, another quick plug here, my paid course in the description does actually have a lot of what I teach in these videos, plus even more, and a lot of other extra resources that I think if you really do want to fast track your learning journey of this topic, please do check it out. And I spent a lot of time on it, and I didn't price it very high either. At the moment, it's in a pre-sale, just until the actual course is released, which is being made at the moment. So I think it's an absolute steal. I'm not just saying that because it's my course. I'm saying that because I genuinely put a lot of time and effort into it. And I really do think that if you want to fast track your journey, it would benefit you. So please subscribe, and thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.